And leave so soon. I got this rhythm in my head without a tune. You said you would have the final say, but you left me broken, frailed in dismay. You had spoken. He can't see today. The purple flowers never seem to ease the pain. I threw some stones at your window, hoping that you would be there, but no one answered, and I began to feel scared. He can't see your memories wrap around me, wrap around me, wrap around me. He can't see all my pain, but he can hear me breathing in the cold, lonely rain.
Look at that. I'm like 8 miles away. What the hell's going on here? What's up, y'all? Happy Thursday morning. I think this is me. Is this gonna work? Yeah, that's me. So here we are, another secret show. Last week I did Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or technically a Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday morning show. And yeah, so it wasn't quite so secret. This time it's a little bit more secret, maybe. I did it Monday. That was fun. And so got a little treat for you tonight. But first, shout out everybody so far in the chat. Got my buddy Thor. Used to hang out with in North Mississippi, aka John Carver. He's come back to the future to find Sarah Connor. No, wait, that's John Carter. Never mind. Wait, who? John Connor? I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Who else here? Colin. Good to see a variant, my sweet. Kelly, my even sweeter. Although you're not sweeter than variant. I think you're equal sweetness. You'd both give me diabetes. Ed Heller. No, you got to go to work, buddy. Thanks for popping in and saying hello. So anyway, I promised you the stupid dad joke. So this farmer and his daughter are out in the garden, and mom's in the kitchen. She's washing dishes. She looks out and she sees them talking, and the girl starts crying and she runs in the house. She said, "What's wrong, baby girl?" She said, "Daddy called me a prostitute." What? I said, "Hey, I asked him, can I help you with the gardening?" And he said, "Use a hoe." To use a hoe, because, to hoe some weeds. But she thought he called her a prostitute. What's up, signs? Uh-oh. Lurking. Are you lurking? Wait a minute. Yes, you are lurking. What's up, Jimmy? Are those, wait a minute. Are those side-eye emojis? Come on. Come on, Colin, don't be like that. I said it's a dad joke. I gave you fair warning. I'm gonna make up for it tonight. As you know, we got our boys. Where are they at? We got our chickens here. Check out what's going on here. We got a full roost. How much money in the kitty for the chicken lullaby meter? You don't know who these people are. This is Chicken City. They do a live stream of their chickens, and during the daytime, the chickens are out and about, running around, having a good time. There's actually people in the chat too, that mostly stoners. Obviously, if you're sitting there bored to death, you're watching a chicken feed, chicken feed, and but it is Chicken City live stream, and I'm gonna put the link in the chat here, because I want to give them a shout out. Not quite sure where these chickens are from. Doesn't really say, and I don't know. I kind of yeah, use a hoe. Yeah, thanks, Ed. Thanks for getting that. So anyway, but these folks, they do videos, right? Well, they do cartoons, and so give them a like and a subscribe. If you're a stoner and you just want some ambient noise, like some ASMR, leave. You can kind of hear them every once in a while. You hear like a click, 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 click. Worst dad joke ever. I made that up. I made it up. See? I made it up. I got another one, but I can't tell it. Because, or maybe I could tell it. This is another farmer joke. So, this farmer, big strapping farmer's out in his field working, and this guy pulls up in this nice, shiny, sports car. He gets out, he's got sunglasses on. And, he says, I work at the local, male strip joint. And, yeah, I want to hire you to be one of my dancers. What do you say? And the farmer's like, oh, no. And he said, look, I tell you what, it pays $1,000 a night, but you gotta have a big dick, right? He said, but you gotta show it to me before I give you any money. So, the farmer's reluctant, but he says, all right. He pulls down his pants, and he's got, and his dick is soft as the marshmallows. And the guy in the car says, wait, well that is just very surprising. And the farmer says, well, should have told you. I'm a grower, not a shower. Anyway, back to the chickens. So, these guys, they make videos, and we're going to watch one right now. That was another bad dad joke. Talking about chickens, I'm sure, not dad jokes. They're wonderful to listen to until you have 10 of them living at your neighbor's house. They can be evil little bitches. Chickens can be. I knew this. We had chickens. We had this rooster. We called him the Cap'n. CAP''N. He was a mean son of a bitch, too. Big old fucking thing. Anyway, you gotta check this out. So, Chicken City did this, it's called Insane Rooster Fight at Chicken City, or as scholars call a cockfight. Here we go. Oop. Hang on. Be nice if you could hear it.
Ladies, you're too kind.
Huh? Father! It is I, Roberto Jr. For the past 4 weeks, I have trained in the art of chicken jitsu, and now I've come to take your throne. What? It can't be! Roberto Jr. has returned? If he really trained in chicken jitsu, this could get ugly fast. I better end it now. Gotta go fast. Heh, nothing personal, kid. What? A substitution? Nice try, father. But you'll have to be better than that to defeat me. Ah, he's too fast.
Oh!
What's up, Wesley?
Ah! No, it can't be. With all of my training, I'm still not strong enough. I'll have to use that technique. I didn't think you would come to this, father, but you left me with no choice. Bring it on.
Anime
Rasengan! Chidori!
What do you think they're doing? I don't know, something stupid. This is lame. Let's get out of here. Real mature, you guys. Okay, they're gone. Ugh, finally.
Roosters tend to fight one another only for dominance, and not to kill the other rooster. Multiple roosters can live together as long as there are no girls around. So there you go. That's Roberto versus Roberto Jr. And these are real chickens, Roberto and Roberto Jr., because in a previous episode of Secret Show, we found out that these fuckers have names. So, we're gonna boost that up there a little bit. Maybe. No. Oh, no. We went too far. We went around the earth. Okay. So, there's Roberto Beeks. That's the dad. And Roberto Beeks Jr. He is the son of Catarina and Roberto. So they were the ones fighting in the thing. What's up, Yona? You just missed an animated cockfight. That's all right. You catch it on the preview maybe if you're bored enough. So there's Vanessa Peckinham, Carol Cluck, Katerina Kuritsa, Margaret Hatcher, Roberto Jr. and Sr., Maggie Beeks, and Bernie Beeks. There you go. So anyway, them's chickens. Let's go back to the chickens, the actual chickens. Bring those up. Yeah, a little bit, not much there on the old meter. So you can actually donate to them. You can donate super chats, and that bar goes up, and then shit happens. Oh great, Trash Man's here. That means A, it's gonna be loud, and B, it's gonna be stinky. So hi, Trash Man, how you doing? 12:28 in the evening, 12:30. Purple Philosophy, hello. How are you? Welcome to this extremely random show that I have no idea what we're gonna do next. I was planning on talking about how to pick up chicks, old school. I don't think the stuff works in 2022, but you know, we'll give it a shot. So back in the day, when you oh wait, that's not cool. Why'd it go to that? Anyway. Wait, oh wait, you never got to see, hang on a second, before that teaser, this is what it looks like in the daytime. I don't think this is live, but this is what they do in the daytime. They go roam. This is I guess it's still light wherever it is. Maybe that's on the West Coast. Is it still light on the West Coast? Good, glad to see your extremely random show. Yes, it is extremely random. Because it's all about trains of thought and you know, free flowing consciousness. Anyway, enough of that. That's crazy. So this is tonight you're in for a treat, because this is for women and men. Maybe that's in Hawaii then, Signs. Because if that's live and it's still light, it can't be out in the ocean, right? I don't think there's a boat that'll do that. Anyway. Sex swings. Kelly and her sex swings. Kelly, you should sell sex swings on the internet. I think that'd be a good idea. You know, probably make a buttload of money. Buttload. So back in the days, if you wanted to woo a lady and you were a gentleman or a lady, I guess I don't know how this would work for chicks on chicks, but dudes, you would be very sweet to them and make them laugh. You should make a lady laugh. That's one thing that women back in the days, at least, maybe now, I don't know. They like that sort of thing. Compliment their eyes, you know. You say like nice tits, chances are, I don't know, may work, but I don't recommend it. You know, if you say, got some junk in that trunk, or if you say something like, damn, it must be my birthday because you brought me some cake. Those things are fun to say, but may not get you a date anytime soon. But anyway, so that's pretty much about it. Make her laugh, compliment her eyes, and yeah, you know, don't be a dick. What is this? What are you talking about, Yona? Been getting more and more difficult to find her formula. She's 22 months for the last 6 weeks of shopping. What's going on with formula shortage as well? There's a news story that a bunch of formula was recalled. I seem to think that I saw a little something on the interwebs today about what's his name, Bill Gates, and somebody trying to invent like fake titty milk or something like that. It was like fake breast milk. And the one conspiracy is that there's a shortage so that he can sell that bullshit. I don't know if that's true, but could be. You never know. 2022. I was saying last year, I wasn't the only one, obviously, but I was saying last year that 2021 was the dress rehearsal because it was crazy last year, and it is like, what is this, May, January, February? We're only 5 months in, a little over 4 months, and things are already crazy this year. Now baby formula is you know, a shortage of that. Speaking of random, wait a minute, Kelly, what is this? Why is this not coming up? Kelly says, be confident, be funny. It helps to have money or a big dick. Well, listen, ain't telling tales out of school. But it's probably better to have money than a big dick, because if you got money, you can buy a big dick. You can get one of them add-ons things that I've seen. You know, so, but if you got a big dick and no money, kind of not good. So, see, we're kind of flip-flopping between uh-oh. What's up, lady? How you doing? Yeah, there's not too many empty shelves around here, but those prices are way, way up. Way, way up. Things that used to be cheap food around here ain't exactly cheap anymore. Velvet said, I arrived just in time for the dick talk. All right, fuck it. We'll talk dicks. We're gonna talk dicks. Dicks and food shortages. Ta-da! The king of segue. Yeah, so that's kind of an odd combination. What the hell? We'll make it work. So yeah, even ramen noodles is getting high priced. And speaking of high price, and big dick is pretty expensive to buy if you get those dick enhancers. Anyway, those are two totally opposite things I shouldn't be talking about together. How is everybody doing tonight? How was your Wednesday evening? We had Reef and my buddy Yeti. We're on INN News earlier this evening, and Reef did a pre-taped thing with Colin, who was here earlier, and talking about the news. We were talking about it today too. This morning, me and Jimmy were on the Kerberos media talking about that lady, the reporter that got shot in the face over in Palestine by the Israelis. And turns out she was also an American citizen. And you say, well, why is that important? You may be asking. That means the United States had to address it. If it had been somebody from somewhere else, they probably wouldn't have brought it up. But then Jen Psaki, the curse of the gingers, she gives all of us a bad name. And the State Department dude, we're talking about it today as well. So if they're talking about it, it means they're just giving it lip service and they're hoping it'll go away. But I hope it doesn't. I hope it doesn't go away. I hope people keep up the pressure. Hold somebody to account. Our shelves are empty, and I guarantee the store will keep the prices at inflation levels afterwards. Probably. Don't expect to ever see $3 a gallon for gas again. Yeah, they will. They'll address it. They already addressed it, and now they're going to ignore it. They're just hoping it goes away. I mean, you need to have people in the streets. They tried to codify Roe v. Wade today, and it failed like 49-51, something like that. They said they could try. If they would have got rid of the filibuster, even if they would have got rid of the filibuster, they still wouldn't have been able to pass it. It still would have been 49-51. I think Joe Manchin was the one who voted against it. Joe Manchin, the Dollar Tree George Bush wannabe, he's just awful. But I mean, who are you gonna replace him with? It's probably somebody else that's just, if you go replace him with another Democrat, they'll be equally as awful too, right? None of these parties, all these parties suck. You hear these Republicans now. Some of these Republicans are saying the right things, but I don't trust none of those people. All just garbage. Democrats and Republicans. I don't understand how anybody could run in one of these parties. It seems like it's a paradox. They said, well, it's the only way you can win. It's the only way you can win. But what do you do when you win? You get in there and you get turned, right? You don't do what you say you was going to go in there to do. I mean, how many people in the last, I don't know, 3 or 4 elections, talking president, House, Senate, all the national ones, how many people have gone in saying one thing, and then when they got in there, they totally flipped around and did something else, or didn't follow through on the promises and just started doing something else? All of them. That's the answer. All of them. That's why I don't like to interview people who are running for office on any of my shows, because first off, I mean, they probably wouldn't come on, because I would tell them up front, look, I'm gonna ask you some hard ass questions, and you ain't gonna like it. Like, I would say, okay, let's say you get elected. What are you going to do? You can't do anything by yourself, right? Who are you going to get? You're going to have to work with some people to get your promises made. So how are you going to do it? What are you going to do that? How are you going to convince these people to be brave and go against the party? Because both parties are doing the same shit. Both parties, yeah, this right here, this is what pisses me off. The aid bill to Ukraine went up to 40 billion. It's over 40 billion, I think. I mean, well, maybe the one today was 40 billion, but I think it's more than that so far. And Yona can't even get a formula for, I'm assuming it's his grandkid, because Yona's a little long in the tooth like I am. Unless he does have a 22-month-old baby himself, to where I would say, Yona, good for you. But they first they spit in our face, then they pissed in our face. Now they're just like, they knocked us on the ground and just shitting in our face at this point, just taunting us. And the vote blue no matter who fuckers are going to come out and go, it's the most important election of our lifetimes. Part 70. People are just tired of that shit. They're tired of bullshit. They're tired of getting lied to. They're tired of just having to put up with these word salads, this rhetoric, this just shit talk that they know is shit. They know you're lying, when you say that shit. And Yona can't feed his child with an AH-64A Apache attack helicopter. Probably not. I don't think that very nutritious there, Wesley. Anyway, even if he could, I doubt that that the child would eat that. Maybe. I don't know. Kids are like goats, man. They'll eat anything. We used to have goats, and my dad foolishly bought these goats and raised them, thinking like we had like this area of the property that had like a lot of weeds and stuff in there, and he said, "Oh, those goats will eat that." And them motherfuckers ate everything but the weeds. They were eating like tires. They were eating like feed dishes. Just goats are just, baby goats are great, but adult goats are just dumb, and they have horns, and they stick like we had this these wire fences with like the like little holes in it like this, and they'd stick their heads through there and they'd get caught, and they're like, ah, ah, ah. You could hear that shit a mile away, and you're like, oh god damn it, another fucking goat got his head stuck through the fence. And that, to me, that's a way of comparing that to people, right? You say people are sheep and they'll just follow whoever anywhere, but I think these dumbass people are goats, right? They do the same shit over and over, thinking something different's going to happen. Just like these goats. The goats stick their head through the fence, and they try to pull it out, and they're like, fuck did I do? And the same thing. I'm gonna vote for this person. Oh shit, nothing's happening. What did I do? We have an old helicopter gathering cobwebs. We send it to Ukraine and requisition the J series replacement. Right then. Didn't a second Trump endorsee win in West Virginia after Ohio? Yeah, sure did. Yeah, I mean that's I guess they won their primary, because they don't have the I think these are all primaries going on right now. So the general elections happen in November. That's when the Democrats and the Republicans will square off against each other. Just need more I don't know. Yeah, most things can be solved with can't see that. That's a volcano. Are volcanoes the new guillotines? Is that what that is? Back then, they could people didn't have enough volcanoes, so they used guillotines, and now it's like, no, we got volcanoes all over the place. Earth's going to shit. Yeah, I like Ed's idea too. Sounds like fun. Whee! Toss them in, just like Scientologists, like souls going into the volcanoes. I don't know if any one of you've ever experienced Scientologists. That is a very low. Speaking of helicopters, we don't get too many helicopters here in Brooklyn, so that's a very low flying one. I just heard it. When I lived out in L.A., I worked at a bookstore, and sometimes Scientologists would come in, and they had uniforms on, right? The lower level ones, not like the celebrities or whatever. So the lower level ones would come in, and they looked just like they were flight attendants, right? And I didn't know, All right, good night, Ed. Have a good night, bud. Get some sleep. Get some beauty sleep. And I didn't know that they were Scientologists. And so these two chicks came in, and they were wearing that shit. And it's just like just almost the same thing as flight attendants. I said, "Oh, where you ladies flying today?" And they said, "Well, we Scientologists." I was like, "Hey, I don't give a fuck." Thor says, "Ask me sometime how the Satanic Temple is tied to Scientologists." You tell us right now. I'm pretty sure that those fuckers are tied in some way. It wouldn't surprise me. Kelly said, like Ed's idea, march them all up the volcano like Tom Hanks did in Joe versus the Volcano. You know who else was in that movie? Abe Vigoda. Yeah, Thor, tell us. Tell us how the Satanic Temple is tied to Scientologists. Does it have anything to do with Bohemian Grove? Does it have anything to do with the Bilderberg Group? Hope so. Kelly says, I feel like the Scientologist scrubs look like Mormon missionaries. Yeah, the scrubs. See, they have some of them wear the scrubs, and some of them have like the flight attendant shit. Lucian Greaves' real name isn't Doug Mesner, it's Doug Misico. Intriguing. See, what y'all don't know about Thor, Thor knows some shit. Thor is like one of my conspiracy buddies too. He knows a lot of shit. He was actually on the show last year when we did we viewed Citizen Shane, and I want to get him back on again, hopefully real soon. Have another North Mississippi reunion, maybe. I don't know. I was thinking about maybe showing the the Toots and Tina Christmas show, but that may be the last show I do, because I'll probably damn sure get canceled. So Doug Misico is a damn Nazi. Okay. I would tell you, I don't know who Doug Misico is. But I am intrigued. Satanic Temple. That's intriguing. Yeah, so and they used to have these he wrote the intro to the reprint of Might Makes Right, which is a modern Nazi tome. Very good. It is a rabbit hole. There's plenty of those. Doug Nisico is the real name of Lucien Greaves, aka the guy who founded the Satanic Temple. Oh, okay. All right, so now he's going to go look up shit. Anyway, while he's doing that, so they would have the way they get you into Scientology is like along Hollywood Boulevard, they'd have people with tables, little booths, or they would have it like set up near one of the churches they had, and they would give you stress tests, right? And they were all bullshit. I think part of it was like they took your blood pressure and then they did like other shit to you, and then they said, oh well, you know, you need Scientology. And I'm oversimplifying it to say the least, because I wanted nothing to do with that business. So, you know, you want to be a Scientologist, knock yourself out. But to me, it's from what I've heard, is basically like the Amway of religions, right? If you don't know what Amway is a pyramid scheme where you work for somebody to sell like soap and all this other shit, and then you get people to work for you. So so the profits trickle up. So the higher you're up on the pyramid, the more money you make. Look up Anatomy of a Crypto-Fascist Sect by Daniel K. Buntovnik for the full story. It's damn wild. So there you go. It's in the chat. Check it out. Anyway, your higher ups, your higher ups are the ones that like your Tom Cruise types, who are the ones that kind of like the face of the religion. It's kind of weird. And everybody else are just everybody below that pretty much are just grunts. You know, what's her name? The chick from King of Queens. She was in it for a bit. Then she got out of it. She went on Joe Rogan and talked about that too. So if you can find that interview he did with her. It's pretty fascinating. Talks a lot about that kind of stuff. You know, I dated a girl who that's bullshit. You ain't going nowhere. Good night, Ed. Do people really log out? I mean, do you log out? I say I'm logging off of Twitter for the night. Do you really log off? You just close the app, but you're still logged in, right? You still get the like notices and stuff. Amway is absolutely wild, and Scientology is definitely the Amway of religion. It sure is. Yeah, if you want to work your way up, you never work your way up. You never get to where you want to be, and you end up spending thousands and thousands of dollars, mostly money you ain't got. I don't see how anybody can be a can afford it. Holy shit, look at these fuckers came in. I use Firefox containers because I'm always logged in. Les Bones. Nobody likes a bragger, Les Bones. Misha, what's up? Dingo. Good to see ya. Gang's all here. 14 people watching at 12:55 in the AM on the East Coast. Y'all are nuts. For those who missed the chickens, I'm a little disturbed because they're supposed to be asleep. I don't know why they're out. I think I have to say that this is a repeat. I've never seen a repeat on this channel before. It's wild. But there they are. And you missed the chicken. We had chicken anime on here too. It was great. It was an anime cockfight. It was great. Atris, what's up, buddy? Good to see you. So we were talking about Scientology. At one point we were talking about how to woo a lady and then penises got thrown in there, and then we started talking about how there's no baby formula, and yeah, we're just kind of all over the place. That's usually how this particular show runs. We try to keep it a little more uniform on the main show, but this one's just kind of like we just careen down the hill. I liken it to somebody who's going walking down a steep hill, and then they trip, and then they stumble, and then they just kind of go all over the place. Yeah, how's the pup, Dingo? Ellie wants to know. I want to know too. I think she's talking about your puppy. I hope she's not using like sex code or nothing. That's weird. Sex code. We're using sex code. It's good to see you too, Misha. I knew you weren't going to sleep, you lying ass. Nina Janky Bits. What's up, Vic? I guess Marcus's show is over, right? I know Marcus was on tonight, right? So did y'all? Am I the after show for Marcus? I love Marcus. Marcus Cage is like one of the nicest people you ever want to meet, and he's highly knowledgeable. Thor, I want to get you on a show with Marcus, and and I'm just gonna I'm gonna eat popcorn and watch you two talk. Because y'all both know some rabbit hole stuff. We may have another rabbit hole show soon, so maybe we can get Thor on for that, aka John Carver. Kelly, you are sex obsessed. That's one of the things I love about you. I'm telling you, if we ever meet up in person, I'm bringing you a Wonder Woman outfit. I'm going to be wearing my Spider-Man outfit, and we're going to lock ourselves in a Motel 6 in Waukegan, Illinois for 3 days, and then, we're going to unstick ourselves from the ceiling fan. Yeah, you are. You sure are. I'll let you know. Puppy is good, but tiring me out. I'm fighting to stay awake. Thanks for asking. Puppies will do that, man. Puppies just have so much damn energy. It's not even funny. It's just, well, it is funny because puppies just, they get in your face, and all you hear is like sniffing, and then the tongue starts licking you, and like the dog's all up on you, and you're like, come on, dude. So you have to treat puppies like you treat little kids. And this is what I used to do when I used to babysit my nephews for my sister. So her and her husband would go out, have an evening to themselves, and I'd take care of the boys. First off, feed them a bunch of sugar, right? And then, woohoo, then I'd chase them around and run around. And then they'd get the sugar crash, and then they just ass out. And my sister would get home, and they'd be asleep, and I'd be sitting on the couch just, smoking a cigarette or whatever. And she's like, how'd you do that? It's like magic. I can't, I'm a magician, cannot reveal my secrets. So I didn't. And basically another reason I didn't tell her is because I probably gave my nephews diabetes, from the amount of sugar that I fed them. So anyway, she doesn't watch these things, so I think I'm still in good shape. And they're old enough now. I think they got past that. So it's all good. I love Velvet. She says, let's go down the scariest rabbit holes. Been down some scary holes in my day. Whether they were rabbit holes, I can't really say for sure. And if so, probably the law is after me for some sort of acts against humanity. So, oops, I said too much. I told y'all about this guy Pete that I went to school with, and he was a pig fucker, right? He was my dad knew his dad, and somehow his dad told my dad that his son was a pig fucker, and you know, that's just wrong. I'm sorry. You know, don't be fucking pig. Don't fuck horses, jank. Don't fuck pigs. You know, animals are nature's comedians, right? They're here to entertain us and sometimes feed us, but not fuck us. You know, it's pig pussy and horse pussy. That's just weird, man. You know, come on. There's gotta be somebody out there with like a vagina that you can you can like if they're willing to give you access. Proof is hard now. I found out that all evidence that isn't eyewitness is circumstantial. Then I realized that proof was a mathematical concept. Yeah, it's like UFOs, man. I mean, if I told you, hey, I saw a UFO last night, you'd be like, you're full of shit. That was on Black Mirror, Velvet. That was on that show Black Mirror. That was actually the first episode. It was like they were blackmailing him or something, and he was like the prime minister or something in the near future, and they said, we're gonna do so and so unless you fuck a pig, and then he fucked a pig on live TV. Anyway, but like you tell somebody that we're fine. Nobody's fucking pigs in here. Nobody's squealing like a pig either. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know how long a delay is from what I say to when it hits your ears. But it's kind of funny seeing some of the comments as you're kind of catching up to what I'm saying. Yeah, he did it for the Queen, I think. Yeah. Something like that. But that was Black Mirror. If you haven't seen that show, it's pretty good. Black Mirror is like pretty scary. Most of that shit's starting to come true now. But yeah, I would say I'm 64% sure that I saw a UFO in Brooklyn about 9 years ago. I was in Bed-Stuy. I guess Bushwick, something like that. No, it wasn't him. It was Black Mirror. I'm telling you, it was Black Mirror. Damn, y'all didn't come here for pig fucking. I do too. I don't want to believe. I believe. I don't want to do nothing. I believe that shit. So, and I was outside having a smoke, and I looked up and I saw this light. And I said, okay, it's a helicopter, but it didn't move. And it wasn't an airplane, because airplanes they blink and they move, right? And this wasn't like some far off thing. It was I don't know how far it was, but it wasn't close. But it wasn't like so far away that it would be like a satellite or some shit like that. So I was looking up at it and having a smoke, and then I saw another light appear. Then I saw another light appear. It looked like it was in a big triangle. And then they all three disappeared. It's pretty weird. That was real. Les Bones, dude, New York City, they get there's UFO, there's all kinds of UFO stories. I don't think so. Nah, I don't know if it was drone. No, it wasn't. It was I mean, it would have to have been pretty high up to be a drone, I think. I mean, it could have been totally something innocuous. It could have been just something else. I mean, I don't know. I was a little stoned at the time too, but I don't usually like hallucinate when I'm smoking. I just usually feel good. You know what? Let's look that up. Let's look up New York City UFOs. You want to watch some UFO video for a second? That's History Channel. Can't do that. This, 11 years ago. This is kind of like what I saw. Let's see. Quit it, scientist. Hopefully I don't. I gotta watch the whole thing, but I'll just show you a little bit of this. Yeah. This is 11 years ago. Do you see that? That's pretty much what I saw. Only it was at night. And, well, I didn't see that. I didn't see, like, those three, like, zooming around. But I just saw three, like, it was three in a triangle, but it was, like, very spread out. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that's it right here. So yeah, that was 2011, 11 years ago here in New York. So there you go, Les Bones. They be invading us. Let's see what else we got here. School in a New York City suburb says is likely responsible for the unidentified objects in the sky that caused quite a stir in Mount Vernon. UFO sightings. Oh, let's watch this one.
Here in New York
Okay. And
they said on the X-Files the truth is out there. Here in New York City, a sighting that had even jaded New Yorkers scratching their heads. A mysterious silver shiny object, or objects it seems, floating in the sky yesterday. You could see all the people that stopped in the street there in their tracks looking at it. Some folks say they saw lights. Others were maybe waiting for little green men to arrive.
I don't know.
Well, you don't want to say
I'm looking for the mothership.
Law enforcement officials believe it was some kind of balloon. So far, though, no confirmation. And as they said on the X-Files, the truth is out there.
Yeah, truth's out there. Because nobody wants to hear it. Nobody wants to tell it. Some of them are drones, but I think some of them are exotic technology. Could be. I'd say probably the majority of them are probably some sort of exotic technology, but there's some rare ones that no one can explain. Ray Beam, the hypnotist? No. Can't say that I know who that is. Had any suspicions, though, it would be that the UAPs are related to technology Werner von Braun helped develop before he worked for NASA. Well, there was the Nazi bell, right? There was that. They thought maybe it was a time machine, too. Got a really... Die Glock. Hitler had a secret anti-gravity UFO and the U.S. stole it. Yeah, that's what it was. Die Glock. Nazi bell. New video takes a look at the conspiracy of Die Glock, a purported Nazi Germany UFO time machine hybrid. According to legend, Die Glock was one of the wonder weapons that German dictator Adolf Hitler developed in hopes to reverse the tide of World War II. While any actual proof of Die Glock is spotty at best, UFO enthusiasts have tried to link the machine to a mysterious crash in the 1960s in Kecksburg, Pennsylvania. Yes, so Kecksburg, that was, when was that? When was Kecksburg? The 60s. So yeah, so they built this, allegedly they built this in the 40s, and somehow it made it into Kecksburg. It crash landed in some woods, and some kids said they found it, and it was like, had like kinds of see this artistic rendition doesn't have it, but it said the kids said that they saw like, kind of look like Egyptian pictures on it, like around this area, but it looked like an acorn or a bell shape. And then the government showed up, and then it's like, all right, get the fuck out of here, nothing to see here, and they took it away. Yeah, you can go on about the Nazi bell, huh? Yeah, there's all that shit is just crazy stuff. And then you got Bob Lazar. That's a whole nother kettle of fish right there. You want to look that up for yourself. Some people seem to think that he may be full of shit. He could be. Maybe he was just doing. Maybe he's talked about reverse engineering UFOs. That's another guy that's been on Joe Rogan too. Joe Rogan, you can just look up Joe Rogan, Bob Lazar, and he seems like a straight shooter, but you know, a lot of really good con men and women, that's what they do. You know, they shoot straight. The devil always gives you a little taste of the truth, mix in with his lies to make it to make you buy it. You know, it's kind of like putting a little sugar in your cough medicine. At least we got the Ark of the Covenant back from those damn Nazis and all their technology. Oh, Kelly, come on, you know. That was just a movie. Now, the Kingdom of the Crystal Skulls, that was real. That was a documentary. Where it gets weird is when Ronald Richter starts trying to recreate it in Argentina while working for Perón in the 50s. I'm telling you, you found your people, John. Or there's a lot of good time nutties up in this group. So now, see, I've heard about that too. The community near Mount Rainier. That's supposed to be a really big UFO hotspot up there in the Northwest. That's Bigfoot country too. So I think there's some tie-in with Bigfoots and UFOs too. I want to say that Bigfoots or Big Feet are not of this realm. Chicago Jones in Hollywood Shuffle. We give Dirty Larry the finger. I think we talked about that before. So you firmly believe that Bob Lazar isn't lying, but I think it's a situation exactly like in Mirage Man. I haven't seen Mirage Man. I'm gonna see that. I've been meaning to, and then I always forget to. So I want to watch that. Don't know what Mirage Men is. Let me give you a little synopsis. Maybe Thor can give us a little bit. So, former government agents discussed the UFO mythology as a powerful weapon of mass deception and the perfect cover for all clandestine technologies and operations led by the U.S. Imagine that has something to do with Project Bluebeam, not to be or Operation Bluebeam. Hey, speak of the devil and he shall appear, but not a devil, he's a saint. What's up, Marcus? Marcus. So, Marcus, my pal John Carver, aka Thor, in the chat. You guys have got to come on another show for Down the Rabbit Hole too. Bud the Judd. I hope you do. Yes, I'm glad I caught you live a little while ago too. I thought I was going to go to bed early tonight, but I said, you know what? I'm on kind of a roll that Monday, Wednesday, Friday last week, and I did Monday this week. I said, fuck it, I'll do Wednesday. Basically, United States Air Force infiltrated UFO circles because they had keyed in on drone research, so they push aliens on a millionaire as a cover story. Was that, what's his name? Bob, not Lazar. Who is the guy that bought Skinwalker Ranch? And he sat up there with some scientists and stuff to prove, because let me put that in the chat. That is a fun one. There are like some crazy stories about Skinwalker Ranch. Marcus is a body double for Anthony Mackie. I said he was a Dollar Tree Will Smith on one of his shows one time, but that's not true. He's definitely he's like top shelf Anthony Mackie. Paul Benowitz had discovered the drone program, basically the reverse of X-Files. Sure. You did a bit. Oh man, UFOs in the Bible. That's another one too. Yeah, Skinwalker Ranch is real creepy. It's messed up. Some of the greatest hits about Skinwalker Ranch. So there was like orbs. They were like orb activity on there. There was this somehow these bulls, 4 of these bulls got teleported into this this travel trailer that you put cows in or horses in, and they were in a trance, right? And when they opened the doors, the bulls were like, oh, they woke up, and then they ran the fuck out of there. There was this big giant wolf that came on the property and was like real friendly at first, and like they were petting it and shit, and then it looked over and saw a calf, and it walked over to the calf and just like put the calf's head in its mouth, and all hell broke loose. They started shooting at it. It wasn't bleeding, and then the thing took off, and it went around the bend there, and they're chasing after it, and they get to a point and they see where the paw prints stop, like the thing just poof disappeared. Poofity poof poof. Yeah. Like maybe it was a shapeshifter. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna watch that. Mirage Men. But yeah, so I don't know. I could talk all night about that kind of stuff. I love crazy stuff like that. I was telling you about there's a channel I watch, it's called Bedtime Stories, and it's got a lot of like creepy weird stuff. And I think they did a 3-part thing on Skinwalker Ranch about like some of the crazy shit that was going on there. And of course, cattle mutilations, that was going on there too. Like Skinwalker Ranch is just kind of like the greatest hits of crazy shit, like UFOs, shapeshifters, teleportation, orbs, cattle mutilations. Oh man. It has something to do with the clouds that sometimes encircle the top of Mount Rainier. They believe it hides them, also supposed sightings. Well, yeah, like there may actually be like UFOs come out of the mountain. That Disney movie, Witch Mountain. Or maybe like what is it? The Devil's Peak out there when they did Close Encounters. That sort of thing. This weed though. No, you're always on fleek. People don't say on fleek no more, you old bastard. If you ain't hip, you hip replacement, son, just like me. Spies Like Us. I love that movie. Chevy Chase, Dan Aykroyd. A couple of idiot spies that they send to Russia. Classic. Highly underrated 80s movie. Supposedly there's aliens living underground in Dulce, New Mexico. I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, you think about the desert, man. Like, the desert is in the Southwest, wide swaths of land that people don't go near. You know, that's a great place for UFOs to hide out, right? In plain sight, kind of. I would think most of them would be USOs, so the underwater types. And it's a good point because we know more about the moon than we know about our own planet's oceans, right? Because it's 70% water, the planet is, and you got so many deep places in the oceans. I mean, there could be UFO bases down there, and we would never know. Like, a couple 3 miles deep. There's several places around the planet where the ocean is miles deep. You know, you have the what is it? The Marianas Trench is what, 7 miles, about 7 miles deep. And but that's just way too far down, I think, for something to exist. Or because I mean, they've actually, I think back in the 60s was the first time they actually sent like a mini sub down into the Marianas Trench, into Challenger Deep, the deepest part there. And I think all they saw was like some weird fish or some shit like that. Yeah. I mean, it's the best place to hide if you're gonna just be like, chilling out on Earth. But I do like what Graham Hancock had an interesting theory that UFOs were not from outer space, that they may have been remnants of past highly advanced civilizations that managed to survive, and generations have made it to the present. Oh, Devil's Tower, that's what it's called, not Devil's Peak. Vic says stayed at a campgrounds at Devil's Tower, and they played Close Encounters outdoors with the real Devil's Tower in the background. Yeah, that is pretty cool. It's pretty cool. I had a similar incident. I was in Iowa with a girlfriend at the time, and we were at a drive-in movie, and we were watching Twister, right? And we had to stop almost. It was almost to the end of the movie, because in the distance at night you could see lightning crackling. You saw a tornado like miles away, and they said, "Show's over, get the fuck out." And so we did. But it didn't come near us, but it was just like so weird. Like, you see it up on screen, and then hey, look, kind of like the Devil's Tower. You see it in the movie, like, oh fuck, there it is. Yeah, that was some scary shit too. I tell you, man, seeing a tornado in the daytime is scary enough, but seeing one at night like that is just like some shit in your pants type shit. Even if it's like way the fuck far away, you can't see it because it's dark, but when the lightning starts crackling around it, you could just kind of see remnants of it. You see, like, the shit moving, and yeah. Well, fortunately, it was real life's miles away. away from us, but it started to rain where we were at anyway, and said, fuck it, we went, we'd already seen that movie anyway. So, Kaiju, Pacific Rim. That was a pretty decent movie. I liked Pacific Rim. That wasn't bad. I didn't particularly like the sequel, but first one was alright. Didn't have Idris was in it. Idris Elba. Let me see if I can say this like Yona. Yona wants to dive in the Challenger Deep part of the marijuana's trench till he's blunt Pacific Ocean. You stupid. Yona, you stupid, Bobby. Why you say that shit? You stupid. Yeah, it was a big tornado. And we were on the outer bands of it, way out. And yeah, safety first, kids. All right, two things. Do not fuck with tornadoes and do not fuck with hurricanes. All right, they are both horrible. I've been through 5 hurricanes in my lifetime. And the worst one was Frederick that I was in. That was 79. And oh man, tornadoes were like whipping by the house. They say it sounds like freight trains. It's like, yeah, that shit sounded like freight trains, like woo 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 woo. And knocked a whole bunch of trees down. Didn't tear up the house. Our house was like pretty solid. And but we were out of power for about 3 weeks. Oh yeah. Well, Mississippi, now this was a hurricane. This was hurricane that was creating tornadoes. But if you go up to North Mississippi, that's like the ass end of Tornado Alley. So yeah, you got North Mississippi, Arkansas, I think Missouri's in the mix, Oklahoma, Texas, North Texas. A lot of flatlands in that area, a lot of places for Illinois is another place. I've seen tornadoes in Illinois too. I was driving up to Wisconsin to visit some friends, and I was with a buddy of mine, and we were heading up that way, and about like it was in Iowa, like miles away. It was so flat you could see for miles away, and you could see like this tornado in the distance. It was all nice and sunny where we were at, but that way it looked like fucking Mount Doom, man. It was some crazy shit. Science, you were so crazy. According to South Park, the bar for many things is down there regarding the Marianas Trench. All right, well, to each their own, I guess. But yeah, there's it's just like down in the Amazon, you're talking about like hidden places. They're still finding like ancient structures and stuff in the jungles down there. Unfortunately, it's people clearing away trees and stuff and killing the Amazon. But as they're chopping down all these trees and stuff, they're finding like more and more like lost cities and stuff like that. Some crazy shit. I haven't been through either, but my hubby's purge siren ringtone seems to scare people. For 12 hours, you get to commit any crime you want. Aliens in the water. Wilford Brimley. We won't grow any older and we won't ever die. Want to get on this horse? I'm going to talk to you about my diabetes. Yeah, we always say used to do diabetes commercials, but it was a PSA for like, make sure you treat your diabetes. A place like home. Click them twice. There's no place like home. There's no place like home. The tornadoes and hurricanes are pretty scary. I didn't go through Katrina when it hit. I was in LA, but you know, I had a lot of family and friends that lived in South Mississippi at the time, and it was pretty scary. It was like 3 days I couldn't get through to any of them. You know, and I finally got through to one friend. I don't know how his cell phone worked, but I talked to him. Then I eventually, everybody else was fine, thank goodness. Just bring the UFOs a glass of water like James Belushi in Real Men. Okay. I thought you was gonna say like what's his name in Signs? Or that bullshit with the water. They come to Earth and their kryptonite is water. Really? Come on. Fauna, what's up? You made it back. I put the link in our group chat and you decided to come back. You're a brave soul. Good to see you. Talking about all things crazy and weird and wild. From hurricanes to Bigfoot to UFOs. Yeah, they're heck everywhere. These fuckers don't understand. Trees provide oxygen. You know, it's like a give and take. We expel carbon dioxide. Trees take it in. They give us oxygen. It's like a barter. If you keep fucking with the trees and all the plants, you know, we can't all be walking around with oxygen tanks. We're going to have to. There ain't going to be no fucking oxygen. And then that's it. Then we're going to be like Arnold when he was on Mars and he cracked open his face mask when he fell at the end. He was like, ah, 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 ah. That's where we're going to be. We're going to be fucking, you know, fucked up, you know, makeup effects, Arnold Schwarzenegger on Mars. That's what we're going to turn this fucking planet into. That's cool. I'm down for all good conversations. Yes, we are all one organism together, whether we understand that or not. Some people say humans are cancer. Like, they kind of say it philosophically, but I think it's literal. I think we are a cancer to this planet. I don't think we're from here. See you at the party, Victor. Get to the chopper. I think yes, everything's connected. I don't think I mean I think we're connected to each other, but I don't think we're connected to anything else. We try to be connected to nature and stuff. And some people are one with nature. And I mean, I guess I could see that. You can learn to be one with it. Oh, thanks, Vic. I practice my Arnold. Out. Who's your daddy and what does he do? That was Kindergarten Cop. Yeah, it's what was it? I can't remember who said it. It was we're talking about how gravity fucks up our backs and then we walk on two legs and it's like shit's not normal. Like we're just like we're alien to this planet. And we are the most destructive organism on the planet. Most definitely. Most definitely. And what does he do? What does he do? He gets to the chopper! Get to the chopper! Pretty hard to do sometimes. You kind of get a little phlegm thing going on in your throat. Yeah, exactly. Bad design. Right? Everything else is like on all fours. We're walking around on two legs, and then our backs hurt. You know, we get like, you know, messed up backs, and you know, even if the planet as a whole is a few degrees off one way or another, we're either freezing to death or we're burning up. And I read this study about how within 5 years, 5 years seems to be just like this number that keeps coming up. So if within 5 years, the Earth's temperature is supposed to raise like 1.5 degrees Celsius, I believe. I could be wrong. But also there's that ice shelf in Antarctica that's holding back the Thwaites Glacier that's the size of Florida, and when that thing goes, and they said that's going to go within 5 years too. Well, thanks. Not quite sure how long we're going to be on here, but we'll give it the old college try. Squatch is on 2 legs though. Yeah, but I told you Squatch ain't from here neither. I'm telling you, Squatch is alien as we are, right? Okay. I don't know. I'm kind of in the Zachariah Sitchin camp. I think that advanced aliens came to Earth thousands of years ago, fucked with like hominids DNA, and created Homo sapiens. Because there's that gap, the missing. You've heard probably for decades about the missing link, how we went from one evolutionary step to the next, and it shouldn't have, and it was so quick that it should have taken much longer for us to get from was it Cro-Magnon? Maybe it was it Cro-Magnon to Homo sapien? That jump was so quick. It is going to be Waterworld soon. They said if that Thwaites Glacier ends up in the drink and eventually melts, that sea levels could rise at least 3 feet. At least. At the very least. You know what? I can't take the heat neither, man. I was, living down south, you got used to like the heat and the humidity. You didn't like it, you just got used to it. And then in the wintertime, it would just get it wouldn't get cold down there, but you just couldn't deal with the cold that well. Almost choked on a marshmallow with the UFO line, right? Yeah, I think we are. I think we are the aliens. Or at least we're part alien. Maybe. Stargate. I love Stargate. I never saw the TV series, although I am a Richard Dean Anderson fan. I saw it. I wasn't like a super fan. I didn't watch it like a whole bunch, but I hear it was pretty good. You should go to Winslow. You should stand on the corner in Winslow, Arizona, because a girl, my lord, in a flatbed Ford will slow down and take a look at you. I believe we've discovered 12 missing links so far. We were made by that guy in Prometheus. Maybe. Listen, Vic. As a condescending lady would say to another lady, sweetie, Philadelphia humidity. Yes, I live in New York, and the humidity up here is bad during the summer. But humidity down south, particularly in Louisiana, and even more particularly in New Orleans during the summertime, is it's a schwitz. It is a sauna. It is just unbearable. It's crazy thick. It makes Northeast humidity feel like somebody just came up to you with a spray bottle and went, psst, psst, psst. Oh, look at you now, you're wet. Spray, spray, spray. Down there, it's like fucking zombies. That's why people drink and fuck down there, because they're trying to take their minds off the heat. Just had a friend bring me a shot glass from Windsor. I'm still mad at you that you didn't tell me you're married Kelly, because I was serious about that Wonder Woman and Spider-Man outfits thing. But all right, I guess I'll just have to learn to love someone else. Yeah, 90% humidity for 6 weeks straight. Yeah, visit. Don't ever live down there. You know, unless you like misery. You like sweating and cursing at people because who have nothing to do with the weather, yet you curse at them because you're so miserable from the heat. That's why people down there have like 8 air conditionings in their air conditioners in their fucking house, man. Their trailers and shit, man. That shit's thick. They stay inside. And you want to move to Utah? Okay. Kelly's like, all right. She's a juggler. 115 in Tucson feels like 101 in Columbus. Yikes. I tell you though, I'll take that dry heat any day. I don't know about 115, but I'll take that dry heat. I miss that California weather, man. That California weather was the bomb. Oh my God. It was sunny. But that was the thing though. It's like, yeah, exactly. The weather there is great. It's kind of weird though. It rains every once in a while. But it's a desert. It's a desert. I mean, LA is not, palm trees are not indigenous to LA. They brought that shit there. Grass, all that stuff. No, it's all they say Hollywood is fake. That's true. It is fake. Because none of that shit's from there. It's like Vegas. None of that shit there. It was a desert. I went to Vegas once. But I didn't go gambling or anything. I just stayed in the hotel. I told you that Area 51 story. That was fun. But I don't know. They have casinos down on the Gulf Coast, and I remember you could go take your paycheck and you get the scratcher, and you could take your paycheck and get it cash, but then like the scratcher, sometimes you could double your paycheck or triple it, but then on the other end you get like a roll of nickels, or you could get like cards that they used on the tables that they, because they change out the cards frequently, right? They don't, so nobody can like, put little, AC doocy on the corners there to mark the cards. So they get rid of the cards, and they get rid of the dice too. They give away dice and stuff like that. So, this is the quote of the night. It's all tomfoolery, but it's beautiful. Exactly. It is pretty. I miss going out to Santa Monica and Venice Beach. I used to go out there a lot. Not to tan, obviously, but I just like I'm dreadfully scared of the oceans. I fear the oceans. I don't like to go swimming in the ocean, even if it's like just wading in up to your knees. I don't like that. First off, there's jellyfish in there and they sting the fuck out of you. And then somebody got to pee on your leg. Fuck that. Pee on my own leg, and I like it. But then as you get in there more, there's like sharks and critters and stuff. I didn't want nothing to do with it. I have a healthy respect for the ocean. I like to be near it. I think it's pretty. I think it's pretty to watch, but I don't want to be near it. I don't want to be in it, and I don't want to be in it. I don't want to be near it when a tsunami hits. Have you seen some of those tsunami videos? Water. I am very fearful of water. It scares the shit out of me. I can swim. If I need to, I could swim to save myself, but I'll swim in a swimming pool, but I won't swim in the ocean. Damn, this is hell interesting. I gotta run, but I'm definitely gonna finish this episode first thing in the morning. Well, thanks for stopping by, Marcus. Maybe if you can tomorrow night, or I guess technically tonight, hop into the chat on Extra Bulla. Always good to see you. was homeless in Venice Beach for a year. You and probably about like 20,000 other people too, because everybody, there's like people sleeping in the parks and stuff like that. I think it's worse out there than it is in downtown at Skid Row. I mean, there's a lot of people in Skid Row, but there's a hell of a lot of people who are homeless who live. Some people sleep in the park. Some people are lucky enough to have cars to sleep in, but still, they don't have a home. You know, and now the rents are just so crazy. Don't fear the ocean. Positive ions from seawater make you happy. Well, you Kelly, you come with me and then you pee on my leg when that jellyfish hits. Thanks, buddy. Yeah, if you're new here, give it a like and a subscribe if you can. It's free. You go to that thing below, Linktree/extra Bulla. We got some new merch, some cool shirts. We got some tie-dye shirts that have some cool stuff on there. Me and my buddy Jimmy Sunderland are trying to. It's her artwork that we're trying to sell for the most part. Make a little cheese, try and stay afloat in this crazy world. But yeah, there's an entire homeless community out there. It's sad too, and it all started when Reagan was governor and decided to close up all the mental health facilities and he believes halfway houses too, so people he said people don't need to be in the mental facilities and the hospitals and stuff, and they could just go to halfway houses, and that didn't work. And so there's a lot of people who are still out there with mental deficiencies, but mostly, it's a lot of people who are just victims of the economy. The economy got a lot of people. Hit them hard. A lot of people lost their homes, couldn't afford rent, couldn't afford good for a lot of things. So you end up, what are you going to do? If you still got your car, thank goodness. But if those are the lucky people, at least they have a little roof over their heads, whereas people are just like sleeping in tents. And if you don't have a tent, you're just sleeping outside in the elements. Some scary shit, man. He says, we had a guy sleeping by the back door at work. Super nice. A lot of them are, a lot of people, homeless people get a bad rap. It's just people down on their luck. Nobody chooses to be homeless. Sometimes you've got, sometimes you're in a situation where you can't be in. Maybe you have abusive parents, or you have an abusive spouse, or, you're just, I hate to say this, like, you're just not right in the head. And I don't mean that to mean crazy. I mean, you just like, you have so much anxiety and depression that you just don't want to be around society. You just want to try and get away and try and restart things. Our growth-based economy is literally set up to fail. Yeah, capitalism is a joke. It's a con game. It's set up for people who are already rich that got extremely richer, right? It is very, 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 very rare. What's up, Miguel? Good to see you, buddy. Yeah, if you're going to be homeless in Cali, because everywhere is starting to get expensive now, and at least the weather's nice there. But think about these people like Elon Musk and, Dr. Evil and all these people. They started off rich. Now they're like super rich. And you have these people who worship them like, oh, that can be me. That could be me. Be super rich too. I just got to work real hard and just have the $1 million idea. Were you creeping? Or were you lurking, Miguel? That's fine. We have lurkers. The magic counterbox says over here that 18 people are watching, or at least logged into or listening, which is fine. Great. The more the merrier. I actually feel safer when he's there because all the druggies are out front. Fentanyl is really bad here, right? Gross. You think, see, yeah. Well, you want to be Elon Musk. First off, you have to be, your parents have to be rich when you're born. And, yeah, that's it. Ooh, excuse me. Just have rich parents. That's all. It's not hard, right? You know, get today's, or maybe get winning lottery tickets from when your parents were young. Go back in time, give them the winning lottery numbers, and then they're rich, then they shit you out. And then you'll be Elon Musk. That's the only way I know how to do it. Because if you think you're just going to start a business and become rich, unless you've got the cure for cancer, and even then they're not going to let you keep that. Government's not going to let you keep if you cure cancer and you say, look, I got the cure for cancer right here. They're going to Jeffrey Epstein your ass. And they're going to take that cure away. Because they've probably already done it to a couple people, right? Yeah, just be rich. What's wrong with you? Be rich. That's all you got to do. Yeah, so anyway, that's the thing. Electoral politics, we're not going to elect our way out of this. You could have the greatest of intentions. You could have the purest of heart. You could be someone who is just like the salt of the earth, and when you die, you'll become a saint. You run for office, you're going to be tainted as 3-day-old milk that's been sitting out in the sun. All right? This system that we have is just corrupt, and it's just been eaten away by greed, has been eaten away by hate and by lies and manipulation and propaganda and all these things, all this corrosiveness. And it's just, you can't salvage it. You can't salvage this situation that we're in. We are, exactly. It's a show. It's not even a good show. They used to be able to fool us. You can't fool people anymore. I mean, you still can, but not as many. And it's fewer and fewer. And we're going to get to the point where very, very, very few people will be fooled by this bullshit. And the rest of us will be out in the streets demanding, equal, we'll be demanding to get what we deserve for the work that we do. Right? And the pitchforks and torches are going to come out. The proverbial ones, but maybe some real ones too. The people are going to be. That's the only way. That's the only way things are changed. Or you could pray for the meteor, like me. I'm Team Meteor. I don't think humans are going to. I mean, maybe this sounds nihilistic. I don't care. I've been around long enough to see what human nature can and can't do, or is willing to do, and it won't do. And it's going to take something like the Chicxulub meteor that killed the dinosaurs. Maybe not that drastic, but something that just shocks the world so much that we have to live differently. We'd have to change our ways of doing things, right? That's why that you hear all these people telling you to start growing your own food. Some people tell you learn how to make ammunition, right? You know, Jason Call. Like I say, you can have the best of intentions, but once you get through those doors, you know, unless there's like 100 more people just like you, and even then, you know, you interviewed Jason Call. He was pro Assange, free speech. Yeah, I'm sure I'm sure I got nothing against him. I'm sure he's probably a decent fella, but the system will corrupt him, or it will spit him out if he does not conform, or anybody. That's what the system does. If you conform, the system will absorb you like the Borg into the collective, and you will do what the Borg wants and not what the people want. If you decide to stay on your path to helping people, it's going to spit you out. You're going to call you names. They're going to smear you. They're going to do everything in the book to discredit you and keep you from spreading the word. That's what this system does, right? You and I will be divorced twice. And damn, we gonna get remarried? Of course we're gonna get remarried because the sex is that good. You know it is. We can't stay away from each other. Hey, we should just be fuck buddies. We shouldn't get married. Why we gotta get Johnny Law in on this? Anyway, I digress. Look, I hope he doesn't. I hope he does, but just saying, hope you don't have to eat the cockroach on camera either. I wouldn't hold you to that anyway. But as the saying goes, I'm from Missouri. I'll believe that shit when I see it. Right now, everything is just this. It's just talk, 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 talk. Anybody can talk. You got to walk the walk. You got to do the action. That's what people respect. People respect what they see you do and what they see that you not do, right? When you're not fucking somebody over, but you are helping somebody. And you said you were going to do that shit, and you said you weren't going to do that shit, and you stayed true to your word. People's word these days just doesn't mean much for shit, right? But when the rare person comes along and actually does stick to their word, yeah, it inspires people, but it also scares the establishment too, and they're going to try to snuff them out in one way or another, you know, because they got the system. They're running the system. That's why we need to be France. We need to be out in the streets. You ever seen the videos of France? They like have dump trucks full of shit, and they dump that shit on the streets. In France, balls this big. That's what France does. But Vonna, I'm not trying to harsh your buzz or kill your positivity. I mean, you stay positive, and maybe it'll work. Who knows? But I'm just saying, be prepared. There's probably more than a good chance that these people are going to fail, right? Because there's just not enough of them. You need to have like 200, 300 of these Jason calls going in at the same time. And then, you know, like a battering ram. And then you might have a shot. I'm taking half your stuff 2 times. It'll be the Extra Kelly show. That's all you're going to get from me is this fucking show, because I sure as fuck ain't got nothing else, Kelly. Just this show and some good deep dick loving. That's what you get from me. And you ain't taking half this dick. I ain't going to give you half this dick. That's not Lorena Bobbitt. You ain't gonna... You ain't taking half this dick. You're going to want it, but you can't have it. Can't have half of it, not even the tip. I'm keeping everything. Anyway, on that note, well, you're right, and I understand skepticism in light of what happened with the squad. Call was made to Progressive Lab just for this fight, though. Well, I hope so. I won't say any more against him. I don't even know the dude. I think I saw him on a panel once, and he seemed like an okay guy, but but I think he's going to a gunfight with a knife, and he needs to bring a howitzer. That's what he needs. I hope he finds one before it's time. So, Jesus Christ, it's 2:00. We gotta get the hell out of here. I gotta get my beauty sleep. This perfect face and this delicious milky white skin needs actual sleep to do that. So there were a lot of people here tonight. Shout out everybody before I get out of here. B.S. Adams, Misha, Kelly, my love, who's gonna try and take half my dick. That ain't gonna happen. Ivana, thanks again for coming back. Well, we're on the same side. Don't get me wrong. We're on the same side. I'm a little bit older and a little bit more jaded, I think. Signs, thank you so much. Appreciate you. Miguel, always a pleasure. Let's see. Going in no particular order. I'm just going up the list here. And I appreciate everybody in the chat. I'm glad y'all got to meet my buddy John Carver, aka Thor. I'll get him on the show again, and I'll just let him go to town, tell me some stories on another Down the Rabbit Hole show. I'm looking forward to that. Yona, you crazy bastard. I hope you find some formula for real, seriously. That shit's just scary, especially when you got a little one that needs it too. So I'll keep positive vibes your way, brother. Who else? I know there was people here earlier. May have dipped out. Let's see. It's usually the more people show up, the longer this takes. I guess that's a good thing. Marcus, he had to go to sleep. He's working, man. So appreciate him. Be sure to check out Marcus's show too. If you don't know who Marcus Cage is, he does he has a couple shows, What We've Been Thinking with Marcus Cage, and The Political Matrix with my buddy Cy Lawson. That's Variant's hubby. She was here tonight too. That is the sweetest couple right there, Variant and Chris. I love them to death. They're my favorite power couple. Chris in his power polo shirts. I know my girl Jimmy was in here tonight. It was good to see her. Les Bones. Dingo, Velvet Trance, my other sweetie. Love you, Velvet. Who else? Atris. That's as far as they'll let me go. If I missed anybody, I'm sorry. I'll blame YouTube. So, John Carver's a badass name if it's real. Real enough. So, anyway, tonight, I guess in about maybe 19 hours, extra Bulla, we're doing a potluck. So potluck is basically who knows who's going to be on, and we'll probably talk about all kinds of crazy stuff. So that should be fun. Probably around 9:00 p.m. Eastern. Part of the INN network. We're going to be on all the channels. So that's YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, Odyssey, more than likely Rockfin, Facebook. Here I'm missing some other. Oh, Telegram too, probably. Although Telegram's been acting kind of weird. Oh, good night. No, right? It's 11 o'clock on the East Coast, so it can't be too late out there. Also, want chickens? I spoil you with these chickens. I swear to God. Yeah, I could do that while I'm rambling on, I guess. So, hey, my chickies. What's up, buddies? So, yeah, Extra Bulla live tonight, about 19 hours. And then, I don't know, we may do another one of these, come Friday night / Saturday morning. We'll see. And then next week, Wednesday, 1 p.m. Eastern, me and the lovely and talented Jimmy Sunderland will have news for you on Kerberos Media, formerly known as KRTD. Like I said, check out our merch. It's in the link tree down below. It's really cool. Jimmy did a really good job with the artwork. Can't stress it enough. She's just an amazing person, and reach out to her. Jimmy Saves World on Twitter. She's fantastic, and she loves doing artwork and stuff, and I really appreciate all the work that she's done with me. I look forward to all the future endeavors with her in that regard. So anyway, Miguel, thank you, sir. And thank you to everybody in the chat. Let's get the hell out of here. Have a great night. Wash your ass, or have a great morning, depending on where you are. Keep your ass clean. You never know when somebody is going to want to eat it. Good night, chickens. Deuces.
Shut up, bitch!